the street lights lit this town like a fire in a blaze, gotta burn it down. Can't be afraid to leave this out. We got this far, don't know how. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we gonna let it rain. Tonight we gonna let it rain. Tonight we gonna let it rain. Just like the sunrise, we gonna let it rain. Just like a spark that's breaking out. Can't make a stop, can't turn back now. We know that there's no room for doubt. No, we can't turn back now. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we gonna let it rain. Tonight we gonna let it rain. Tonight we gonna let it rain. Just like the sunrise, we gonna let it rain.
Hello, welcome in. Sorry. Coughing right whenever I get on here. That's great. I'm so sorry about that. And then the dogs are growling in the background. So it's lovely. Oh, and they're knocking over my Valentine's Day decorations. Welcome to the live. Hey guys, change a little ways. They're both on the same bed. I don't know if you can't see the gray ghost because she's just gray. She blends in with the bed. But the brown one, she doesn't like sitting with the gray one. As you can see, I have my macaroon pillow back there. I don't know if you guys can see this little table, but I did decorate for Valentine's, but you can't really see it. But there's a little cupcake and a candle that's the shape of a heart and a little macaroon little dish back there. So, oh, and I have some little gnomes over here, but I'll have to take pictures of them because you can't really see them in the background that well. So, but welcome in everybody. Welcome to the channel. Welcome back to the channel. If you are new, my name is Tanya. This is TitaniumBuilt. Thank you for being with us. We pretty much break down true crime cases on this channel, and we use the facts, timelines, discussion, documents, all the things. So thank you for being here. I do appreciate you guys. And I saw Ladybug's son's doing good, so that's good news. Hey, Willows. I know. I do know. So Willows, I did cover it, and then I stopped covering it, and I don't know why we stopped, but it was a good case to cover. It was I'm very interested in it. I covered it for like in the beginning, you know what I mean? Before everything kind of went haywire. Hey, Ladybug. Hey, Princess. But I think it would be a good case to cover. Hey, Kitsy Cats. Hey, TitaniumBuilt. Said hi to myself. Hey, Barbara. Welcome in, everybody. Hey, Skylar. It's good to see you guys. It's good to see everybody. Thank you guys for being here. We're going to do a just kind of what a subscriber choice, if you will. And then I picked a couple cases that I thought, well, hey, we haven't done an update in that case in a while. And so I figured that's what we would do tonight. Just kind of go through a few cases just to give you guys an understanding of where they're at and why we haven't been talking about them, because there's no huge updates, but there are some updates. And some of the updates, I was like, what? Like Jesse Vang trying to sue the jail he's in. Elijah Vu's accused, he's accused of killing baby boy Elijah Vu. I mean, some of the stuff I was blown away. And then in the Veronica and Jillian's case, we've got somebody that pled guilty, pretty much no contest. We'll take it. So there are some good cases that we're going to cover tonight. So buckle up, get ready, get your snacks, get your drinks, get all the things. And we'll go ahead and we'll get started. And then as soon as we get started, I bet Vincent will walk in the door and these dogs will be ready to go see him, because they've been wanting to see him since he left. They were sitting by the door. It was really sad. And if you're on the other live, welcome, welcome. If you're on the vertical live. So we can start with Jesse Vang. And then if you guys think of a case that you want me to look anything up that we've covered on, this channel, let me know and I can do that as well. I pulled up a few cases for us. So I pulled up like Ashley Buzzard, the Veronica and Jillian case, Elijah Vu's case. So if there's any other cases, even cases that we're covering right now, I can always look up and see if there's anything on the Tempe case. I could see what's on Idaho 4, things like that, So we'll just see where we go. But let me actually go backwards here. I wonder if I can open this. Okay, I can. So let's start with this. So Elijah Vu, if you guys weren't here for some of these cases, if you're new coming in, I'm going to try to give you like a little summary of each one of them. But he is actually, okay. He's a 3-year-old little boy. He was from Two Rivers, Wisconsin. He went missing. He was last seen on February 20th, 2024, but he was really last seen on camera February 16th. So that was the last time that he was seen publicly. But he was supposedly alive up until February 20th, 2024. And he was at his mother's boyfriend's house, Jesse Vang, that's who reported him missing that morning. Come to find out, after a months long search, they found his baby blanket that he always had. And then they found human remains, which were his, in September of 2024. So they ended up charging Elijah Vu's mother's boyfriend, Jesse Vang. Also, they charged the mother. They were abusing this boy beyond belief. They were making him stand in the corner or at the end of the bed and say that he was sorry to his mommy. Pray. If he didn't want to do that, he was 3. If he didn't want to do that for hours and hours and hours, I'm talking, we couldn't even do that as adults. We want to sit down. If he sat down, he got thrown into a cold shower. He got fed like rarely. He got fed baby food a lot. 3 years old. His diaper was changed once a day by Jesse. Jesse cops to this. He says this. Like he tells the officers, law enforcement, this stuff. Like, are you out of your mind, So, so the charges that they included for Katrina, that's the mother. She's the one that sent him to Jesse to become a man, as she said. That's what she said. Her charges include chronic child neglect, resulting in death, neglect of a child, and resisting, obstructing an officer. And she pled not guilty in court to those charges. She pled guilty in October of 2024, and she is still sitting in jail. Let me see if I can pull up a beautiful picture of her, because Jesse's just got all of them. What's his name? Okay, whatever it means. Okay. I wanted to see if they had any more pictures of him. They don't. Okay. I'll have to look up some pictures. I am trying to find the pictures. If anybody finds the pictures of Jesse Vang, there are like shots of him. It's like a 6-pack or something, or 8. It's all of his prison photos. And his haircut is different. Each one is more ridiculous. And the next one, like he cuts his hair into like a square and then puts a ponytail right there. Like that's it. I mean, he's got a weird sense of style. I'll tell you that. But I wish I could find that picture. I had it. We showed it. And then I don't know where it ever went. So I'll look for it though. So Jesse ended up, let me put this back up on here. He ended up sending out a couple things. So this is the envelope that he sent out. He spent $8.85 on this, and he sent it to the clerk of the United States District. Okay. He's going up. He's going up on the ladder. He's pissed. Let's go back. Actually, maybe it's here. There it is. Okay. So Jesse Vang, man charged in Elijah Vu's death, files lawsuit against Manitowoc County Jail. Is his name Brian Koberger? Are they friends? What do you mean? You're going to sue the jail. The man charged in the death of Elijah Vu has filed a federal lawsuit against the Manitowoc County Jail. Did they forget to give you your hot dogs? So Jesse Vang, who has been behind bars for 21 months, and he's been behind bars his whole life. This ain't like his first rodeo. Alleged civil rights violations in the suit filed Monday. What does he mean? In jail. I'm like Googling it. Okay, so it says that a civil rights violation in jail means, I love AI, that a person in custody has been subjected to treatment by correctional staff that violates their constitutional rights, often involving abuse, neglect, or the denial of basic human needs. Oh my God, I'm sorry. What, sir? You have confessed already to these things. You haven't confessed to the murder, but you have confessed to not changing this baby boy's diaper, to making him stand up and for hours on end, to make like doing all this stuff. My screen keeps freezing. I don't know why. Tell me if it does it again. But yeah, this is craziness. Jesse Vang, he's mad about the staff could be abusing him, neglecting him, or denying him of basic human needs. Like what? While incarcerated individuals lose their freedom of movement, they do not lose their fundamental rights of safety, bodily integrity, and due process. Well, no, we don't care about that. I mean, we want him to have his due process. We want to see him in court. It's been forever. So it's craziness, right? I can't believe he's, of all the things, I hope that they laugh at it and then they send him like a laughing emoji back. He handwrote the lawsuit from jail, including inmate disciplinary reports filed about him and grievances he submitted following the reports. Also, he has disciplinary reports. He's mad at the correction officers. Okay, well, we want to see them, so we'll read this to him. Vang claimed jail staff is harassing and targeting him. Jesse, you're not that important, dude. They don't care about you. You're probably not even in protective custody. You're probably just out there with the inmates. Like, they don't care. You're not that important. Okay? You went after a 3-year-old. You're a coward. Vang claimed jail staff is harassing and targeting him. Jail staff has reported that Vang has possessed contraband and not worn his uniform properly. But they got that on video too. Vang also said the jail should have an audio and video recording system or require staff to wear body cameras. Jail staff responded in the report saying Vang has broken jail rules and his multiple grievances are unfounded. Manitowoc County has not filed a response to the lawsuit because they don't care. Back in February 2024, when Vang said 3-year-old Vu went missing from his Two Rivers apartment. Vang is the boyfriend of Vu's mother, Katrina Barr. And it was crazy because where he lives, where he said that he went missing, we Google Earthed it. And across the street it was open. It was a huge cemetery. And it's like, well, if I was a 3-year-old, I wouldn't be going that way. So, like, you know what I mean? Like, it would have been easy to find him because there was houses each way. Like, someone would have saw this little boy, right? 3 years old walking around. But his remains were found at a Girl Scout camp. He faces charges, I don't think I told you earlier, physical abuse of a child, repeated acts causing death, hiding a corpse, obstructing an officer, and chronic neglect of a child. Now, why isn't murder on there, you ask? That's a good question. He should be freaking counting his blessings that it's not on there. I mean, it should be. I wonder what the repeated acts would get you. Like, what was it? Repeated acts causing death. I'm going to see. Maybe I'll tell you. Really? What? Physical abuse of a child that leads to death, especially with a history of repeated acts, is a severe felony, often classified as homicide by child abuse, carrying potential sentences from decades in prison, 10 to 20 plus years to life imprisonment, and in some jurisdictions, even the death penalty, depending on the state laws. They're not going for the death penalty, I don't think, but they should. They should. Hey, Magamama. Let me know if I'm going in and out. Okay, so let's read this little, paper. His grievance. From Jesse Vang. Oh, he's in SEG. This says common, so I don't know. And it's denied. The complaint form is being submitted within 7 calendar days from the date of my incident. The initial complaint only addresses one issue. Okay. The initial complaint involves an issue concerning my health or personal welfare. Address a rule, procedure, or other aspect of facility operations that affects you or alleged misconduct by an employee that personally affects me. This may include classification, discipline, abuse, or an allegation of a violation of your civil rights, issues dealing with court, your attorney, probation, parole officer. Decisions or issues regulated by law and codes are not grievance-related jail issues. I don't think I can zoom into this. I can't. That sucks. Okay. Date of incident, 9/3/24. When did he go to jail? Hold on. I don't know if it'll pop up or not. Okay, so I don't think this is right. Maybe been incarcerated since February 20th. So it was like, I was thinking he went in there later. It says, was the staff member involved? And it says yes. If yes, please provide name. Oh, Sergeant Smith. Oh, he put a name. He put a name. Oh my gosh. Oh, him and Brian would be good friends. I don't know. It would have to take this officer would have to be doing some real shit to me. And I'm going to probably guarantee it that the Sergeant Smith probably is the one that caught him with the contraband, right? So I did not have a formal hearing. I did not get legal counsel. I wanted to plead my case. My civil rights are in violation and procedures of due process are in violation. I was told if I did not sign and initial the waiver paper, Sergeant Smith would still sign the paper and just go on about his day. And we'll see someone saying that. CO Taddy Halbowiltz and a new CO was witness to this. State how you feel this initial complaint should be resolved. Take off my minor reports of contraband. Told you. and transfer of property. Since I did not get to plead my case or have an official hearing for my story to be heard, I do not agree with Sergeant Smith's decisions. He electronically signed it. Like, you can do this? Responses. Though here's the response. Sergeant Smith went over the administrative hearing paperwork and noticed jail staff beforehand forgot to have you initial the second page of the paperwork. That part in your due process was the hiccup. Sergeant Smith conducted a hearing for you so you can explain your side of the discipline report. Sergeant Smith and jail staff gave you an opportunity to explain yourself, and you did. You got time served on the discipline report, no extra discipline days to serve. Okay. Like, no more days to serve. You're even. Like, you're not in trouble. Like, go back to your freaking pod. Unfortunately, you are not happy we did not expunge it off your record here. Yeah, they're not. They don't have to do that. But it stays on your record with us as long as you're incarcerated here. That's it. You walk out the door, you're a free freaking man. You did not get charged with anything and have no extra days to serve in discipline. But he's handwriting to the parole board, or to the, what was it? The clerk of the United States courthouse. So then we have this on 9/3. It's a state your grievance. Okay, so on 9/3/24, I was supposed to have a formal hearing for my incident reports on 9/1 and 9/2. Oh, wow. Just both days, 2 days in a row. Transfer of property and contraband. I'm not sure what's transfer of property like. Okay, so I think that's like if you have someone's property, but you're not like, and you're not supposed to like be maybe in your be in possession of it. So he was supposed to have a formal hearing. I had a hearing at about 10 a.m., but was not offered any legal counsel nor a proper hearing or plea or explain my case. They don't give you a lawyer. What? There was Sergeant Smith, CO Hobowitz, CO Taddy, and a new trainee. Sergeant Smith said he would give me time to serve, which I was sent to the home Monday at 1:30 a.m., 9/2/24. Well, yeah, but that was before 9/3, before your hearing. I was told Sergeant Smith that why I am not getting a chance to explain my case and why do I not have legal counsel, for which I knew that there was how incident reports operate. No, they don't know. You don't get a lawyer. You go in there and you say, yeah, I did it, or no, I didn't do it. And you have to plead your own case. Like, what are you talking about? I've never heard of a jail. I've heard of jail lawyers, but you know what I mean? Like an actual lawyer. He said they do not do that here. And for me to sign and initial the waiver paper. Yeah, they don't see that in a lot of jails. They don't do it in Ohio either. I told Sergeant Smith what would happen if I refused to sign it because I did not get a formal hearing, and he replied, then I'll sign it and go about my day. Feeling there was no option, I signed the paper. I feel as though my civil rights and rights to due process has been violated. You were mad because you couldn't get a lawyer. You were pissy mad. You were like a little girl, but you were just like freaking out because you couldn't get a lawyer. And even though that's not offered to you, and when you're in jail, you got caught with contraband in jail, right? They're not going to bring in a lawyer and have them help you fight your contraband case. I'm sure they got it on camera. I'm sure the COs aren't walking around just putting contraband in everyone's pockets. I mean, they could be. How many of these do we got? Okay. I'm just like, how many of these do we got? Okay. We're going down. Jeez, Jesse. Okay. We'll go through these a little faster. Oh, wait. I went up to the top. Okay. So then this one is explain every detail the reason you're filing this grievance. In step 2 of my initial grievance, Lieutenant responds that Sergeant Smith only informed me of my waiver, which I'm stating again from step 1 that I did not want to waive any hearings and wanted to have a formal hearing with a representative. Okay, well, you don't get that. So this is inmate report. So he had possession of contraband, items, objects, or other prohibited by law. I wish they would tell us what it was. Disrespect to staff. No disrespecting anyone. Body language or verbal display that is abusive, profane, or vulgar in nature directed towards staff that interrupts daily operations. This includes verbal and written forms of disrespect. Okay, so CO Carlton was working at the Manitowoc County Jail on the above date and time with Sergeant Smith, Taddy, and Ording while conducting a routine cell search with administration cell 1S2 where inmate Vang Jesse was housed. I discovered a soapbox containing colored pencils. You like to color? Upon further inspection of the soapbox, I observed a metal object concealed inside. What? I removed the item and identified it as a nail from a battery. A nail from a battery. Is that like the little thing that pokes out? This item is classified as contraband per facility policy. And then he found some other items. 3 extra thermal tops. Ooh, 1 extra blanket. 2 extra t-shirts. 2 extra pairs of socks. So you can't have all that, I guess. All the above is considered contraband items. They exceed issued quantity of 7 whites and 2 blankets. Oh, I'd hate to be in jail. You get 2 blankets, you'd be freezing. Vang was informed that he would be receiving disciplinary action for possession of contraband. He said this is bullshit and claimed he did not remember having the item, stating he had found the nail some time ago and forgot about it. Vang was then informed he would be going to 3B block to serve discipline. Vang stated he didn't understand why he was being disciplined as he forgot about the nail. Criminals are dumb. We should have like a game that criminals say the damnedest things. Really. Like what they do. They say the damnedest shit. Hey, Crystal. Hey, Mary Beth. Welcome in, everybody. We're reading over, if you're just now joining us, we're reading over Jesse Vang's disciplinary and kites, his kites that he's been sending out. He's upset. And they caught him with some extra blankets and shirts. And he's mad. He said, this is bullshit. So then please describe in detail. Man, look at this. The initial complaint involves, his health and welfare. Okay. So on my second round, around 4:30 p.m., Dave Wilson used the phone to call his mom and said some threatening and vulgar language about me. This was the 3rd time Wilson had harassed me by bringing up my charges. So in response, I yelled at Wilson that if he had an issue with me to address me directly. He said nothing, making things look like only I was verbally attacking him. At 5 p.m. same day, CO Taddy was collecting trays and I asked Taddy if I could go view my discovery. Taddy came back at 5:30 to get me. At that time, I said to Taddy, hey, thanks. I need a break from Wilson. I then told Taddy I was just trying to stay away from Wilson and that I would be reclassified on May 4th, but was waiting especially for Sergeant Dunn to get back on Monday, May 5th, because me and Dunn had talked about a safe environment for me being in general population. Told you that's where it was. Knowing this, I believe CO Taddy and Sergeant Smith conspired to mess up my reclass status. Okay, so Sergeant Smith, to stop targeting me and to not pick or choose who you want to write up. Okay. Next complaint. Oh, this is continue for page 2. So on May 3rd, Sergeant Smith put me and Dave Wilson in 1 hour out at a time discipline, which started around 3:30 p.m. I don't agree with this because I initially did not threaten Wilson. Okay. Then around 6 p.m., I felt as though I was being mistreated. So I asked to talk to Sergeant Smith to explain why I'm being punished when Wilson was the one who started the harassment. Yet, even though the knew about the harassment, won't do anything about it, not until I react and write both of us up. There's no disrespect prevention here. Oh, Okay. No. Okay. Page 3. It's continued. Wow. Very, very, he has a lot to say. So I asked Sergeant Smith to come and speak with me, and he just ignored me. Like you did Elijah when he was standing at the end of the bed praying for his mom, praying, I'm sorry, mommy, over and over again, saying that. That's so disgusting. You should be going through all this. Because you done said it. He said he did these things. So it's not another. It's not like it's an alleged thing and he's going to go to court for it. No, he said he did it. He said he did these things. So he didn't say he killed him. He just had the house that he just happened to walk out the front door from. I don't believe you. So far, every time I or someone has brought up threatened about charges, he can't write. Nothing has been done. Only reply, we'll keep an eye out on the block. I'm frustrated to the point where if a person threatens me, especially more than 3 times, I would probably handle things myself since staff won't. I went to admin seg for 2 months for a reason, to stay away from the BS and to decompress. Okay, we need his record. What were you in ag seg for? Sorry. Oh, Ashley said I froze too. Sorry, I just got the message. Let me know if I am freezing still, because that's crazy if I am. I don't want to be freezing on you guys. I don't, because I'm not seeing my screen. I'm seeing like the other screen. I have like my thing here, so I am frozen on it though, it looks like. Okay, I'm looking over now, so I'm not frozen. Man. I know, right? Yeah, hit the like button for me. I'm trying over here. Sorry. It probably is, but my connection's fine. That's weird. Don't make me go on my hotspot. I'm moving now. Okay. It could be because maybe I have a lot of tabs open. No, because I always have way more than this. Maybe I just need to restart my computer. I'll have to do it tonight. Let me know if anything happens. I hate that for you guys. So then it's continued. So I asked Sergeant Smith, and there's going to be vulgar language, so just making sure you guys know. Not like I'm 40. So I asked Sergeant Smith to come speak with me, and he just ignored me. CO Nadal was also on the intercom. Also, he's always on the box. He's in the box, always in the box. That's what they call it. So, oh God. He's at the intercom. Oh my goodness. And he's like, get me out of here. So it says, Sergeant Smith said, just shut the fuck up. So far, every time I or someone has brought up me being threatened about charges, nothing's been done. Only a reply, we'll keep an eye out on the block. I'm frustrated to the point where if a person threatens me, he's going to take it out. Yeah, handle things himself. I went to admin seg for a reason. Back to the night of Saturday, May 3rd, 11 p.m., I had a bad feeling Sergeant Smith was going to come to work and harass me. So I buzzed the intercom and asked Sergeant Schmeichel if he could please move me to general population before breakfast because I was getting reclassed to minimum the next morning, May 4th. Okay. Page 4 continued. Sergeant Schmeichel replied, I'm not doing all that, and don't worry, Smith has bigger things to worry about than go after you. So I took Schmeichel's word for it and thought to myself, maybe I'm just overreacting. Then when the morning came at 6:45 a.m., Dave Wilson was let out of his cell until about 10 a.m. We got cell searched at 10:05. If me and Wilson were supposed to be on discipline, can't really read his handwriting. So was supposed to be on discipline of 1 hour each. I definitely didn't get my hour out. It says view cameras for confirmation. Even though I am sleeping. Even if / though I am sleeping. What? There is no. This isn't a hotel. They don't have a call. They're not going to call you and wake you up and say, "Hey, Dave Wilson's back in his cell. You can go out for your hour now, Jesse." If you're sleeping, you're sleeping, dude. You slept through your hour. That's on you. Like, that's on you, bud. You can't just sit there and complain. I didn't get my hour of rest because I was sleeping. Man, I would love to go to this trial. I wouldn't be good there. I would just be like, really, the whole time in the courtroom. He says, even though if I'm sleeping, Sergeant Smith could have opened my door as scheduled. He probably walked by your door, saw you were sleeping, and was not going to bother you, was not going to wake you up, not going to disturb you from your sleep, because you would have been pissed off about that too. If he would have woke you up, that's what this would have said. He woke me up. Page 5. Then I was sent to an interview room during search, and I already knew I was going to the hole or seg or B block. Well, yeah, because you knew you had shit in your cell and they were checking your cell. So while I was in the interview room, I was only thinking about, hopefully they don't read my legal paper/notes. They don't care about that. When the 3 came in the interview room, Carlton showed me a Ziploc bag containing a needle of some sort. He said, what is this? And I said, I found that some months ago and put it in my collar box, and I forgot I even had it. Okay. If you're in prison and you found something that could be used as like a weapon or contraband or something, and it was on the floor in front of you, what would you guys do? Would you, A, ring the alarm? Officer, I'm not touching it, officer. Or would you pick up the item, conceal it, take it back to your cell to put it into your collar box, and then leave it there for however long it's been in there, maybe 2 days? I think he picked the collar box, but I wouldn't pick the collar box. I would be like, officer. And then it says, he says he forgot he had it. Then I said, why? Are you saying that this is a weapon? Carlton replied, yes. I purposely asked that question to confirm to myself that if they found something, anything, if they were going to blow it out of proportion. If it's a needle or anything that you can sharpen into, like even a toothbrush, you can sharpen into a weapon. But if it's like a metal, you can't have metal, buddy. Then Carlton replied, we're giving you 4 days. We're giving you 4 days with the complication that has been going on all weekend with Smith and his team, and with Dave Wilson harassing me. I replied in anger, you'll some hoes, and you'll out to get me. Not y'all, you'll some hoes, and you'll out to get me. Page 6. Oh my God. Nothing was explained to me. I was just told I'd give 4 days and get an explanation when I get my incident report. That part I do not understand. Once I got my report, how can I get 4 days as major when the original charges were just 2 minors? Then my comment making it 3 minors, so it would have never made the comment how'd I come up with 4 days. I'm not denying the charges, though they were petty or pity. They were pity. Besides the needle, I just don't appreciate being harassed, being targeted, being provoked, being disrespected, and racially discriminated. Like, he didn't. I'm gonna try that one again. I like his house in parentheses. I've been here 16 months, and the staff that I actually converse with will vouch that I am a polite and respectful individual. I don't think anybody would say that. You don't know about, remember that little asshole did say something about respect in this. He said, like he had to earn his respect. That's what it was. He told Katrina said that Elijah really likes you. That's a lie. And Elijah said, or Jesse said, I don't want, or no, respect. He says, okay, sorry. She said that Elijah said he really respects you. A 3-year-old saying that word now. He said, I don't want him to respect me. I want him to fear me. You're going to jail, right, Lenora? Somebody is. So then I've had cell bunk searches in the past and extra clothing was just taken. No one was written up for it. So if you choose to write me up, please write up everyone for the same thing. As for the extra blanket, apparently there are 2 ways to look up the list. I am approved the third blanket as an alternative to not having a CPAP machine. What? 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 Well, I think that's a great thing. Let them have the blanket. Don't give them the CPAP. Don't you have to, like, if you need a CPAP, don't you have to use it like every night or you'll stop breathing? Like, that's what I thought they did. Let's see. No, it doesn't. It provides a steady stream of pressurized air to keep your airway open, allowing you to breathe normally and prevent causing pauses in breath. Man, maybe I should get me one of those. They expensive? I want one. I'll wear the mask. I can't breathe very good out of my right nostril. Yeah. So give them the extra blanket. If you had to pick over a CPAP machine, he don't want to wear the contraption probably to help you, like, just get a good night's sleep. I feel like that would give you a great night's sleep. Or a third, or a second. You want a third blanket? He wants the third one. So it says, so honestly, I don't even see how that can expire, but it should not be my fault. Okay. I understand that I waive. Okay. I would appreciate just some respect from staff. Okay. Since everyone knows about my charges, to help and intervene before things escalate. Apparently, there's some people there that don't like him because of what he's charged with. And I'm sure if those inmates knew what he really did to that little boy, if that can come out on their news, that'd be great. Local news, anybody want to do it? I mean, that would be great. That would be excellent. Okay. That was just about the extra blanket. Then he had another one at 1/1/25. And it just says, state how you feel about the initial complaint. Wear a body cam. Please upgrade your camera system to have audio along with video, or have your staff wear body cam for the safety of staff and prisoners. Sheriff Daniel Hartwig. Hello, my name is Jesse Vang. I'm writing you to address a possible issue in the jail. I believe the jail should have audio and video camera system. Oh my God. From 10/13/25, from around 10:40 to 11:15, I was combing my hair. What hair? He's got like this little, I'm telling you, it's like a square and like a little rat tail. What hair? Okay. He was combing his hair from a shower. Okay. And when Sergeant Taddy called on the intercom, Vang, put on your uniform. At this moment, I only had on a thermal button and a shirt on. The inmate named Dez was brushing his teeth next to me with his uniform on halfway up and the top folded down. Please view camera. He's telling on everybody. You are a tattletale, and I hope that they they don't know that you're telling on them. So I went to put on my uniform halfway up like Dez. See, what do you put your uniform on? You know how to wear your uniform correctly. You have been in the penal system for a long time. Okay? This guy is doing it halfway up. That's his own problem. Don't be like Dez. Let Dez get in trouble on his own, okay? They're not talking to Dez. They're going to be talking to you. It says, and continue what I was doing. Not more than 3 minutes later, an inmate by the name of Travis jumps off his bunk and walked in t-shirt and thermal bottom to go use the bathroom. No staff said a thing to Travis. Travis is 6'4" to 6'5". I'm 5'1". Does that matter, the height? Okay, well, he's just complained a lot, I mean, just a lot. This is something about uniforms. Oh my goodness. No, this is the conclusion. Okay. Who helped him write this? I understand I did not have a uniform on. I clearly stated that I just got done showering. I am not denying that I was wearing a uniform because I wasn't. I just don't like the fact that I was the only one called out. Look, what's this? Personal hygiene. They're telling him like this is what you should be doing. Wow. Well, it looks like Jesse Vang's not doing well in jail, and we all know Katrina's probably really not doing good in jail. I can only imagine being Katrina. I mean, she's a whole ass mess herself, right? Let's see if we can find anything up on her. Update, please. AI mode even. I'll just even go to them if I have to. Because I haven't seen anything. What? They had a status. Okay, so I want to know. What's this? This is from February 12th, 2025. I keep forgetting we're in 2026. But, okay. So, as of January 2026, Katrina Barr is held in jail on a $400,000 cash bond. So, she faces several felony charges related to her son's 2024 disappearance and death, including chronic child neglect, consequence, and death, which carries a maximum sentence of 60 years in prison. And I hope she gets every freaking single one of those years. Court appearances, Barr and her co-defendant, Jesse Vang, lovely couple, most recently had a status conference on January 8th of this year. During this hearing, Barr's attorney, Amber Gratz, indicated that she is still reviewing extensive evidence and was not yet ready to file pretrial motions. Okay. We're going on 2 years here. Okay. Get your shit together, people, lawyers. You can read through evidence. You can do that. There's not a whole lot in this case. I'm sure of it. Other than probably phone communications. Because there was a lot of phone communications. But I don't see, other than that, I don't see a lot of them Googling or paper trails or anything like that. I don't know why. I just don't see it. Maybe, hopefully. Plea negotiations. Prosecutors offered Barr, listen to this, a plea deal in June 2025. They did. As of late 2025, her defense team continued to negotiate with the state. She's negotiating. They're giving her that option. And the specific details of the offer have not yet been made public. I swear if she walks out of there, I'll scream. Both the defense and prosecution have noted that they have unusually large amount of discovery in the case, including hundreds of pages of reports and digital evidence, which has led to multiple scheduling delays. Well, maybe they do have a lot. That's their own dang problem. Jesse, Katrina, you guys are crazy. Okay. So let's move over here to some, that's great news though about Jesse. Just hating life in jail, I mean, I'm sorry, but that makes me smile because he's already admitted what he's done other than the killing. He's already admitted to all of that abuse. I think he deserves a little bit back. I mean, karma. Karma's biatch. Okay. So, let me get this up here. And thank y'all for being here. Appreciate it. Let me actually exit out some of these and get a picture up. Okay, let's see. Okay, so we're going to talk about Veronica Butler and Jillian Kelly next. My dog's, oh, speaking of snoring, I just saw your thing, Magamama. Oh my God, she looks so cute right now. My Weimaraner, when she snores, she could put me to sleep. It's like there is a certain hum out there that it just knocks me out. Like you would think that I have something wrong with me because I seriously just want to fall asleep with them two back here snoring. Okay. So, to give you a little background on this case, it's very extensive. This case, we covered it. We've been covering it for a long time. But we're finally getting some answers. It's just they're coming slow because all the defendants, there's 5 in this case, and there's 2 victims. All 5 defendants are separated. They're not going to court together. So they're having separate trials. But Veronica Butler was 27 and Jillian Kelly was 39 when they disappeared on March 30th while traveling to Western Oklahoma to pick up Veronica's children during like a custody exchange. Their car was found abandoned near Highway 95 near the Kansas-Oklahoma border. And there were, when they went up and they found the car, there was a lot of evidence that there was a struggle at the car. 2 weeks later, law enforcement found their bodies. And you're not going to believe this, but if you have not heard of this case, they found them inside a chest freezer buried in Royal, Texas County. They were buried 8 feet down. They had everything just thrown, like all the evidence, like cell phones, tasers, clothes, all thrown in there and then covered up with dirt. One of the defendants in this case was renting land from another fellow and was like, hey, can I just, I'm going to get rid of some of these trees. You mind if I do that? Dig a hole, throw the stumps in there. And the guy was like, sure, none the wiser, right? So the murders were linked to a extremely heated custody dispute between Butler and Tiffany Adams, which is the grandmother of Veronica's children. So Veronica had these children with, his name just went out of my head, but I'll think of it. Wagner's something Wagner. It's like 3 names in one, but it's Tiffany Adams' son. She has babies with him. While he's in rehab, his mom's been kind of being like him and taking, charge. Well, the thing was, she didn't want Veronica to have those kids. So she killed her, basically. Now, who are they going to look at first? Tiffany Adams. And they did. It's crazy. So they're all going to court right now. I believe that I'm trying to think of how it went. Let me see if it'll tell me. Oh, I put the caps on. Okay. That's from May. Okay, so Paul Grice, he was the 5th person arrested. He was arrested like a little bit after the other 4 defendants, like a couple days after, I think like 3 days after. He has allegedly, he has admitted to stabbing the victims. He accepted a plea deal to avoid the death penalty. He is now expected to testify for the state, which he did. Cora Twombly, there's Cole and Cora, and they were husband and wife. They were the other 2 defendants. Cora, she acted as a lookout. She entered a plea agreement in December 2024, pleading guilty to murder and conspiracy in exchange for a 30-year sentence. And then she has to have testimony on the other defendants. Cole, he's accused of being a lookout. He has pled not guilty. He faces the death penalty. His trial is scheduled for October 2026, and we will be streaming that. We'll be hitting this case hard right before that also. And actually a little bit before that, because Tad, that's Tiffany Adams' boyfriend. So Tiffany Adams and Tad were together. Cole and Cora were together. Paul Grice had a wife and a family, but he was by himself doing this. His wife and kids didn't know. Tad, Adams' boyfriend at the time of the murders, has pled not guilty, and he faces the death penalty. His trial is going to be June 2026. And then, I cannot believe this, but Tiffany Adams, the grandmother of Butler's children, in October 2025, she pled no contest to 9 charges, including murder and child neglect. Her sentencing is scheduled for January 28th, 2026. We'll make sure that we watch that, because that's going to be something else. So it says here in this, article, she pleads no contest. As part of the deal, it says the district attorney agreed to take the death penalty off the table. Adams is scheduled to be sentenced January 28th. Butler and Kelly went missing March 30th. Their vehicle was found on March 30th. Okay, so we know about that. Yeah, this case, you got to go back on the old coverage. They were going to throw an anvil to try to kill these 2 women. Like, they had all these things, like freaking Roadrunner shit planned out. Like, these people were not in their, I don't like saying that they're not in the right minds, but I don't think anybody's in their damn right minds when they do this shit. They literally, these women were going to pick up these children. They see a lookout, right? They see this car and they're like, nope, go this way. You got to go down this path. This is closed. They go. And then they see her, Tiffany Adams, freaking monster. At that point, Veronica, I know she knew. In her mind, she was effed. She knew something was going to happen. She's like, it's going down. And I wish it could have been one-on-one, because Veronica would have tore her up if it was one-on-one. She just would have. But then we have Chad over here. He's filing a motion for a continuance. They said they're trying to protect Cullum's rights to due process and a fair trial. His attorneys argue that the state is seeking the death penalty. The case requires a greater degree of accuracy. So you don't give the right degree of accuracy is not your thing on other cases? They need more time to properly prepare their case, citing the thousands of photos and hundreds of recorded calls and texts that the defense needs to review. Wow. Yeah, you probably got a lot. You probably got a lot to look at, and it's probably disgusting, and it's probably going to be hard. But that's your job, right? So at least we have some people behind bars. They're all behind bars, but at least we have some that are not going to trial. They've already pled out. They're just waiting on their sentencing. We'll be here to watch Tiffany's sentencing. I just hope they give it to Hard. She is the ringleader. She is the reason why this whole thing happened. If it was not, in my mind and in my heart, I don't think that Cole or Cora Twombly, if they weren't involved in that God's Misfits group with Tiffany just like stirring the pot, I don't think that those 2 would have murdered somebody on their own or together. I don't believe that Tad probably would have if he was without her. And I don't believe that Paul Grice probably would have killed anybody if he wasn't around this woman. I do. I think she had some way of she was telling them that those kids were getting abused. And that was not true. She hyped them up so much to believe that Veronica was this horrible person, and they didn't think for themselves. And it's so sad, because you see that happen a lot on the internet, right? The people don't think for themselves. I see it a lot. Gotta think for yourself, just gotta. Hey, Kathy. I hear you there, Mary Beth. Me too. Okay, so let's see. Let me get this stuff down. Let me put me up here. And let's see what I can exit out of this. Okay. So we were reading over these documents, which we need to read over the rest of them, because I don't quit. But I might be a little late, but I don't quit. Our, not so good buddy, Brian Koberger here. He just looks like death in this picture. I wonder what he looks like now. If he looked like this, actually, I wonder if he's actually gained weight, because I wonder if the stress of all this, you know what I mean? Like having to say that you actually did it. I'm sure that's pretty stressful for someone, that doesn't want to ever be told that they're doing something wrong. So I find comfort in that too. I am doing well. Thank you. I'm glad you're feeling better, Mega Mama. So it says, while Brian Kohlberger now serving 4 consecutive life sentences in an Idaho prison for stabbing University of Idaho students Kaylee Gonzalez, Madison Mogan, Xana Kernodle, and Ethan Chapin to death in November 2022, the families of victims have filed a civil lawsuit against the school the convicted murderer attended as a graduate student. The wrongful death suit filed last week against Washington State University claims officials failed to act on numerous warning signs about Kohlberger's inappropriate behavior and alleges that inaction led to the students' deaths. On Friday's show, Megan was joined by they discussed the lawsuit. I won't play this for the fact that she freaking says she called Kaylee. I don't even know what she called her now. I was so mad about it, though. It's like, just get her. No one can get her name right. So, if you want to watch it, it's on YouTube. But the file, it says the civil complaint filed on January 7th was brought by Steve Gonsalves, Kara Laramie, Jeffrey Kernodle, and Stacy Chapin. The families are seeking unspecified monetary damages for violations of gross negligence and wrongful death. They're saying, that Kohlberger was at this school, basically, right? And he was harassing the girls, pretty base, more so than the guys. One girl had, I don't remember what was wrong with her, if it was like a disability or some sort of handicap. And he looked at her and said, "You're not going to procreate, are you?" Like, meaning because she had a handicap, she shouldn't go and she shouldn't have children, basically. He would hover over, people's desk when they were working. Like, he'd be like right here. Like, I would be like, "You better get up out of my personal space." I would say that. He would block doorways. People would be walking to their car. He would be following them. I mean, if people don't think that's weird and they think, "Oh, that's just his autism." No, ma'am. No, it's not. No, he wasn't diagnosed until March or May 2025 with that. I don't think that he really even has it. I think that was just something that the defense was trying to come up with. Because really, I mean, he blankly stared at the judge, but where else is he going to look? Back at the families? Hell no. If he would have looked back, Steve would have jumped up. So he knows better than to look back at the families. So what else is he going to do? He's just going to sit there. That's what I would do. I mean, that's what anyone would do. And they say, "Well, that's because he's autistic. That's why he's sitting like that." I have autism. No one's the same, but I mean, I guess I'd probably sit like that too, though. I mean, like, what else you going to do? What else you going to do? Let me see if I can make me bigger. There we go. That makes me bigger on the vertical side too. So, but the complaint alleges that these types of predatory occurrences happened from the moment he arrived, and they did. And even one lady or a professor said that, if he gets his doctorate and he goes on to teach, in years to come, he is going to be known as like a professor that like threatens his students or is rude, like bad with his students, right? Inappropriate. There was 13 different altercations that were reported. That was reported. You know how many things go unreported in a college? I can't even imagine. I couldn't even imagine. If he followed somebody close one day and they just never seen them again, you know what I mean? They may not go report that. They might be like, "That guy was weird in the parking lot," but they may just go about their day. Or someone hovering over your desk, like if he did it once, you may not, or twice or 3 times, you may not report it because you're like, "It's just Brian and he's weird and I don't like it, but I don't want to report it because I don't want to start trouble with him." And I mean, I could see that. What if you report something and then that person gets your name because you reported them? I don't know how that works. I wouldn't want to deal with that. But it says right here, WSU received at least 13 formal reports. So what comes next? It says Megan admitted that she didn't understand how the families could blame the university until she got her hands on the very dark lawsuit. The more I read, the more I was like, oh my God, the university knew a lot. It's probably the first document she's read in this case, but I'm just saying. Callahan said there's also reports of Koberger breaking and entering and displaying alarming behavior towards women while frequenting local bars and businesses, yet none of that seemed to compel WSU into any definitive action. The attitude was like, we're going to make sure that we, don't offend him. And girls, you know what? Call us when you want to leave for the day and wait around until someone can walk you to your car. Yeah. Says, are you kidding me? Callahan asked. Well, now you got a lawsuit. Yeah, they'd have to sit there and be like, wait for someone that can walk them to their car. When I'm ready to go, I'm ready to go. I ain't waiting. Brian's out there. He better not hurt me. But I would think that he was just, I don't think I would think he was going to go murder 4 people if he's just hovering and being weird like that. Now, if he tried to touch me, that'd be a different story. Do you know what I mean? Or if he said something to me that was super off, I'm just going to say, for instance, if you don't go out with me, I'll kill you or something like that. Maybe then take that to the, the judge or the board. But I don't really know what they'd say if you're just following people. I guess it's not against the law to follow someone. It could be called stalking at a certain point, but if you're just following them 50 steps to their car, I don't know how that would work. But they probably couldn't even get in their car to leave. That guy, and remember the one guy that said that he took him home and he was in the driveway for an hour and a half or something talking to him? It's crazy. Yeah, they should have done something about it. They let him slide at every chance. And I think it's because they didn't want to have to stand up and do something. Because I think that they thought maybe Brian would make a stink out of it. He would be like, the school's doing this to me and blah, So he could be doing that. Let's see if there's anything on the Tempe's out here. Oh, look. Okay, so 5 hours ago, Ohio dentist sister breaks her silence. Oh, look at the picture. Oh, my God, look at the picture. Oh, that's adorable. I think her name is Madeline. I don't know if it's Madeline or Madeline. So he was 3 and she was 1. Look at that. Those eyes are the same. No. So she says her older brother, Spencer Tepe, was one of her biggest cheerleaders and always proud of her. Misla, that's her last name, 2 years younger than Tepe, is mourning her brother and his wife, Monique Tepe, following the couple's death on December 30th. Misla opens up to people about their last memory and how it was full circle from one of their favorite childhood activities. Okay, so I wonder how you pronounce this, if it's Madeline or Madeline. Madeline, okay. Sorry if you can hear me drinking my drink. Okay. Madeline Tempe Misla's last memory with her brother Spencer Tepe before his shocking killing in December was on Christmas Day, when Tepe beamed at her latest artistic creation, princess dresses for Tepe's 3-year-old daughter, Amelia. My brother has always been one of my biggest fans, recalls Misla, 35, and one of the biggest fans of my art, so he was always proud. Misla spoke to people nearly 3 weeks after Tepe, 37, alongside his wife, Monique Tepe, 39, were found slain in their Columbus, Ohio home. The couple's, this is 3-year-old, but I think it's 4. 3-year-old and 1-year-old were found in a nearby room, physically unharmed. The slayings came as a shock to the Tepe's friends and family, left unable to fathom who would want to harm the madly in love couple. On January 10th, police arrested Michael David McKee, 39, who had been briefly married to Monique more than a decade ago. He has been indicted on aggravated murder and burglary charges. As family and friends in the community reel from the shocking double homicide, Misla says she is holding on to her memories with her brother, especially their last few days when they met for Christmas. We grew up playing Nintendo 64 and we were playing Mario Kart, and Spencer and Monique got a Nintendo Switch for Christmas, recalls Misla. So the last night I was with them, we were all playing Mario Kart. It was a full circle moment. She then shares a funny memory. She gave them controllers, and Spencer and Monique gave us electric toothbrushes. She laughs. That's so funny. Because he's a dentist. It's his sister electric toothbrush. Hey, they do have a toothbrush out right now. I really want it. And it like is a pressure. It like tells you when you're doing too much pressure on your teeth. I guess like Vincent was telling me about it. I do want that. Misla, too, was her brother's cheerleader and supporter. During his time at dental school, she says she let him practice his skills on her. I was Spencer's practice patient for Invisaligns, so I was always going up to Columbus while he was in dental school, she recalls with a laugh. Spencer, known as the protective brother and son, was also a youth mentor who grew close with his mentee's family over the decade he worked with them. His mentee, whom he guided through his first grade through high school, even came to Spencer's dental school graduation in 2017. Spencer was always involved. He was always in a club, says Misla, always pushing the limits everywhere. Columbus police have not disclosed a motive behind the killings, but say it was domestic violence related and targeted attack. McKee was arrested near his workplace in Rockford, Illinois, and booked into Winnebago County Sheriff's Office. He is set to be extradited to Ohio to face the charges. Prior to his indictment, he told an Illinois judge through a local public defender that he plans to plead not guilty to the murder charges. Well, yeah, they always plead not guilty, but they're always usually guilty. I mean, you know, in this case, they already have a spent casing that's matching the gun. We're just wanting to know the who, or not the who, I'm sorry, the why and the how. You know, how'd you get in and why'd you do it? And I will be at court. I will be at court for these proceedings. It's about an hour and 15, an hour and a half away from me. So with this case, if we end up, we're going to cover it, but you know what I mean? Like, since we're going to cover it, I'm going to try to see, I'm going to get on Facebook or something, see who I know that lives in Columbus. Hopefully I have a girlfriend or two that lives up there still. And maybe I could stay a couple of days. I hate staying with people though. I really do. I'd rather get a hotel and stay there, but that costs money. So I'm trying to think of like a way to do it. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Because it's like $25 just like each way, like one way, or I think it's, yeah, there and back, like 25. So it gets expensive to go up there. But I don't mind it because I'm usually going up for, you know, doctor's appointments anyway. So when I have to go back to it, so just say a little prayer for your girl. I got some test results back and we have to go back and do more testing. I don't know. It's just, I don't like it. Yeah, children are very precious. Hey, Amy. He'll try to take a plea if they give him one. But I mean, and if they do, I swear they better tell us how and why, because I am not doing this Kohberger shit again. That case really like drove me nuts. It really did. Like, and the second half, we were good. You know, the last year and a half is good. The first year and a half of that case, I felt like it was just constant misinformation. It's still like that, but just so much misinformation. And it was just constantly things were coming out. And we were wondering if we're going to have a trial. We thought we were going to have a preliminary hearing. We thought it was going to be a week long. We thought we were going to have this, that, and then he stands silent. I didn't even watch that with you guys. I was so mad about that when he stood silent. I didn't even watch it for like probably close to a year. I think I finally watched it. Like, even when it come on, I wouldn't even watch it because I was so mad. I was like, he couldn't even stand up, because you guys, of course, told me about it. Yeah, thanks, guys. I appreciate it. They should have, yeah, Jet said they should have done a lot in that case. They should have given those parents the why. He should have had to say why he picked that house, why he picked those kids. Whether it was just because they looked like they were having a good time. I mean, just say it. I don't know. But he didn't want to say it. He didn't even want to say he was guilty. And then you have so many people out there in YouTube, only on YouTube. Everybody that's in the real world, they don't say Brian Kohberger's innocent. And I'm going to tell you, those people that are in the chats, if they have actual jobs where they have to go out and be around people in the public, and one of those people asks them, you know that Idaho 4 case, that guy really did it. I guarantee you they'd say, yeah, he's guiltier than sin. Because there's no way that people can absolutely think that he is innocent when he has pled guilty. And don't tell me it's because he's afraid of the death penalty. They haven't used that shit in 40 years. Come on now. That was just dumb. When people say that, that's just crazy. That's just craziness. Let's see. What is this? Families say 3 men killed outside Florida Airbnb in random attack were in town for a car show. What the heck? I was going to see if I could see if there was anything like for updates. Okay. Are there anything you guys want me to look up? I froze? Oh, I probably just froze because I was like looking at something. That time I was probably froze because I was just like, I was looking. Oh, I was going to go over. Let's go over this lady real quick. Where was I at? I thought I found something like a video or something. Let's do update. So I'm looking up Ashley Buzzard, which is Melody Buzzard's mother. I think I showed you guys this newer picture of her. This is a video. She looks a lot different. She's 40. She looks older than 40. I'm 40. But she's from Lompoc, California. She is charged with the death of her 9-year-old daughter, Melody Buzzard. So on October 7th, 2025, surveillance showed Ashley and Melody together at a rental car agency in Lompoc. They both were wearing wigs. We don't know. We have heard that Ashley likes to wear wigs, but Melody, we've never heard of her wearing a wig. They're both wearing wigs. They left to go on a long road trip. Reportedly, they went through Utah, Colorado, and Nebraska, and I believe they came back down through like Kansas. Law enforcement said later that Ashley took deliberate steps to avoid detection while they were traveling. On October the 9th or the 10th, the last confirmed sighting of Melody was captured on camera near the Utah-Colorado border. Shortly after that, Ashley returned to California without her daughter. So when they left, she was seen. When she came back, there was no Melody. October 14th, a school administrator reported Melody missing after noticing her prolonged absence. And she did a welfare check, and that's how the missing person investigation kind of started. Law enforcement found that Melody was not at home, and Ashley could not explain her whereabouts forever. She was just sitting at her home. Cops would come over. I don't know where she's at. Cops would leave. I mean, everyone was mad. But on November 7th, she was arrested. on unrelated charges. There was a false imprisonment charge stemming from an incident in her home. She tried to this guy wanted to leave, supposedly this guy wanted to leave and she wouldn't let him. And now he's hanging out with her family and stuff. It's kind of weird. That guy's kind of weird. But on December 6th, the decomposed remains of 9-year-old Melody Buzzard were found alongside a remote stretch of Wayne County, Utah. DNA and forensic analysis confirmed her identity and that she died from a gunshot wound to the head. Evidence from the Utah site, including spent ammunition casings, which linked through ballistics to items found in Ashley's home and the rental car. So we've got another one. Casings. They're going to get you. If you don't pick them up, and you keep the gun, you're screwed. Because they're going to collect them whenever they find the body. And then they're going to come to you and they're going to collect your gun. And they're going to test it. And then they're going to say, well, shit, we got the weapon. Every time I've been thinking about these weapons, I keep thinking of Nick Houck. And is he arrested yet? I hope he is, but he's probably not. So, she does remain in jail without, we're waiting on a preliminary hearing. She's denied the allegations. Investigators haven't provided publicly what a motive could be, but they say that they believe that she did it on her own. So it's, she'd be looking different. I wonder who she's going to have as her attorney. And they're not going to be seeking the death penalty, but they're going to be seeking life without parole. Look at this lady. Hold up. Maybe.
I'm Crystal Bermudez here at the courthouse where a Lompoc mother charged with the murder of her daughter faces a judge for the first time.
This lady has been on this case since it started.
I'm in the case. I was inside the courtroom as the prosecutor announced the sentence they'll be seeking.
We're entering a not guilty plea.
Oh, okay. Not guilty plea is entered.
Friday's arraignment marked a first court appearance and a heavy moment for the family of 9-year-old Melody Buzzard.
I'm a mother, I'm a grandma. How can you do that to a baby?
Melody's paternal grandmother, Lily Dennis, was in the courtroom as Ashley Buzzard was arraigned and entered a not guilty plea to first-degree murder, a charge prosecutors say involves intent and premeditation.
You're charged in a felony complaint with first-degree murder.
The case also includes a special circumstance allegation, which can increase the severity of the sentence if proven, says Buzzard's public defender, Adrian Galvan.
The lying in wait is a special circumstance that is attached to a homicide. It's a circumstance and aggravation that enhances punishment.
Melody's paternal uncle, Marvin Meza, shared with me Melody lived with him and his wife for a period of time.
We actually had custody of her back in 2020, my wife and I, and she was happy. She loved life. She was a lot like her dad.
He tells me he believes the system failed Melody.
To my knowledge, she lost her 3 times, and she went back with her every time. So thus,
she lost her 3 times, and she went back to her every time. The system is so messed up.
System needs to take in some human element. Why or what? Why a child should go back with the mom.
With tears in her eyes, Buzzard's eldest daughter.
I know they don't like to, I know children's services do not like to keep children from their parents or mother, especially. I know that. But if the mother is acting like Ashley Buzzard acts, she should have never have gotten her child back. One time, okay, maybe one time you can fuck up, right? 2 times, no, that's too many. Too many. 3 times, the system is jacked. That's insanity. I would be so mad. I am mad. This is crazy. This little girl deserved better.
Sat in the audience alongside family. At the request of the defense,
Look at her getting arrested. That's the best thing you could see. Getting out of her house. Look at her. She needs to. She needs some sun. Lives in California, as white as a ghost.
a temporary gag order was placed on law enforcement, limiting anyone with the Santa Barbara County Sheriff's Office from making further public statements until at least January 7th.
At the press conference, the sheriff, Bill Brown, made a couple statements. From the defense's perspective, the statements directly impacted Ashley Buzzard's presumption of innocence and the possibility of fair and impartial jurors.
It's sad that the police don't even have an updated freaking picture of this little girl. That picture is her when she was like 4 years old. She's 9. So do you think the police at any point in time, okay, would say to Ashley Buzzard, do you have an updated picture of your daughter so we could put it on a flyer? I would think the cops would ask for that, right? I would think. I would think that the investigators would ask for that. And what would she say? What did she say? I don't have any. Because the only pictures we have of Melody Buzzard as a 9-year-old is her walking in to that rental car agency. And that's sad. Like, as a mother, you know, mothers take pictures they got their phone out. They taking pictures of their kids all the time. When they're sleeping, when they're eating, when they're pooping, when they're peeing, when they throw a ball for the first time, when they walk. I mean, like, seriously, mothers and some fathers, but most moms they're on that phone and they're recording everything because they want all those memories of their kid, right? So for her to not have any pictures at all, I don't know. That's a little strange to me.
Being affected in this county.
Galvan says they'll investigate.
I wish there was like an agency. Maybe you just call the police station and ask them these questions. Like, why didn't you do that? Why did you let her have her back after 3 times? We got questions. We need answers.
Every angle from the defense side.
We will prepare any and all defenses for Ashley Buzzard.
Meanwhile, Melody's family remains confused in the midst of grief.
The prosecution stating that they're not going to seek the death penalty. I don't understand why.
Buzzard is scheduled to return to court January 7th for a preliminary hearing setting. I'll be in the courtroom in Lompoc bringing you the latest developments on that day.
Now, do you think, okay. Now, I am going to give her this. She did lose her boyfriend, husband. I don't know what they were at the time. If they were together at the time that he was killed in that motorcycle accident, then maybe that's around the time that she started losing her shit a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, she started losing her mind and maybe that's when the weird stuff started happening. Like, she was keeping, Melody from the family and doing things like that. I don't know. She did plead not guilty on December 26th to the charges of first degree, personal intentional discharge of a firearm causing death, and lying in wait. Her next court hearing is January 21st, 2026. I should be writing this stuff down. And she's currently being held without bail in the Northern Branch Jail in Santa Maria. Now, I don't know how jails are in California, but in Ohio, they suck. So they are saying that, the investigators are describing this as calculated and cold-blooded. So, I mean, it's really sad. Let's see. What's going on with this case really quick? Okay. So I just wanted to give you a little update on Emmanuel Haro's case. So as everyone probably knows, Rebecca, who is Emmanuel's mother and father were both charged with his death. So Rebecca maintains her innocence. She says she is not guilty, and she remains in custody at Robert Presley Detention Center on $1 million bail. She basically said that she was in a five sporting goods or something like that, it's called, parking lot in California. And she was changing Emmanuel's diaper or doing something and getting him out of the vehicle. And some man walked up to her, and I think she said it was a black man, but I can't remember for sure, but I think she did. And he said, "Hola." And she turned around and he punched her and knocked her out and took baby Emmanuel. That's her story. But she's pleading not guilty over here. So I don't know. She's something else. Let me actually. I'm pull up their picture. Oh, this is a good one. That's a good one. Okay, so let me go back and see. Where was I? Okay, so Jake is currently serving an indeterminate amount, sentence of 25 years to life in state prison. He pled guilty in October 2025 to second-degree murder, assault on a child causing death, and filing a false police report. As of mid-January 2026, he is housed in the California Men's Colony in St. Louis Obispo. Rebecca maintains her innocence. She is at, like I said, the Robert Presley Detention Center. Her bail is set at $1 million. She is scheduled for a felony settlement conference, on January 21st. So busy day, Emmanuel Haro, unfortunately, despite extensive searches and Jake's cooperation with investigators, which I don't think he's been cooperating. He just be showing on places that Emmanuel's not. The infant has not been recovered. So, I mean, maybe Rebecca will hold that card and say, "Hey, if you give me a deal, I'll tell you where he's at." But they might, I mean, I don't know. I know the office, I know the investigators would do something, right? They would probably give her some sort of deal to recover Emmanuel if he's recoverable, right? Which that picture of them is really small. I don't know why it came out so small, but that's okay. I'll take them off anyway. It always makes me small instead of big. Come on, prison justice, right? I know we've got a lot of cases that are going towards trial. We're going to have a busy year. It's going to be a busy 2026. I'm telling you that. It's going to be a busy year. It's going to be a good year for justice. Justice is coming. And yeah, there's just a lot of cases. There's so many that we cover on this channel. I think I hit a lot of them up though. So let me see. And thank you guys for subscribing to the channel and hitting the like button. I really appreciate that so much. We're almost at 23,700. Hey, I'm taking it 100 at a time. No, that might have been Elijah Vu. They found, it wasn't really down the street, but it was like, I mean, yeah, you could get there kind of like down the street. And his baby blanket was found like away from him, which I think that's just so wrong. They wanted them to look like over here instead of over here or something. I need to get like hair oil. I'm sorry, I've been like scratching my scalp all night, but I don't know what's going on. It's like dry. My dog. I don't know if you can hear her, but she's going to town on that bed. What are you doing? We're about done. I think we hit up all the cases tonight. I don't know if did we hit them all up, the ones that were on the thumbnail? I think we did. I think we hit up even a few more. Oh, we didn't do the David case. We could do a full live on that. That's a full live. Also, Luigi Mangione, we need to get back into that case. That case, man, we've been behind. I'm like, oh, every time I think of it, I'm like, that's gonna be so much. But I think that we can, if I get through the reading, I could just kind of tell you guys like a little bit, like what's going on. So we'll go over to X. We'll go to Facebook real quick before we jump off here just to see what's going on. I don't know who the trending things are, so. Okay. Doesn't look like anything's really going on. Oh, did you guys hear about that 100-car pileup, though, in Michigan? Look at this. Let me go back. Okay. I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh, my goodness. Look at all this snow. I mean, they're not even on the road anymore. Are they in the road up here? Maybe the road's down here, but it looks like it's up there. But look at that. 100 cars. Now, it doesn't look like anybody's car is like really messed up. It looks like everybody's able to get out of their vehicles, you know, that which is the blessing, especially with all them semis. I'd go off the road too before I hit me a semi. Wow, look at all that. I mean, do you say like we'll reopen the roads in the spring? That's what I would say. I would say, you know, I would just say I-71, I think it was something like that. It was on like if roads closed until spring, until April, until the snow melts. Most of those cars, it looks like you could drive them out though. Like not like those semis and stuff as much, but I mean, maybe if you pulled them up, they'd be okay. It's crazy though. Look at that. I guess there is an ambulance for one person or two or, you know, however many people, but wow, that's just insanity. I hope everybody was wearing warm clothes. Look at this man over here by himself. He's just like, I'm getting off the road. That's crazy. That's a lot of vehicles. Wonder who the person was that started this. We're going to the beginning. Which one of y'all started this? This 100-car pileup. I'm only laughing because there's nobody hurt. My brother was in a 3 or a 5. It was a 5, I think, 5-car pileup. He calls me one morning. I don't know why he calls me. Or maybe I called him for something. Because we don't call each other very often. But he called me and he's like, I was just in a 5-car pileup. And I'm like, oh my God, you know, like, don't tell me you've been in an accident. I will freak out. I just will. I just will. I'll go there. And he's like, I'm fine. I'm going to work. And I'm like, how are you getting to work? And he's like, I'm taking a Uber. My car, I'm just going to get it towed. I'm like, that's a worker right there. That's a man that knows how to work. I'll give him that. I think it was probably on the 15th. It says it was, doesn't really say. It just says 7 hours ago. So I think it might have been today. I don't see anything else. Okay, let's go. I guess the Delphi trial judge Fran Gall announces retirement after 30 years. She says, I'm getting the hell out of here. We'll go to, yeah. Oh, thank you, Willows, for putting that out there. That was so sweet of you to put that on Twitter. That really helps. Thank you. If you're still in here. She shared my live. I think that's so nice when people do that. And it really helps the channel. Especially because might have a different following than me. Okay, so I was going to go over and check some stuff on Facebook, but it just looks like the stuff that I read to you. They're saying this, did they have a nanny? No, they didn't have a nanny. She stayed home with them. They wouldn't need a nanny. Okay, I don't know what this is. Okay, I'll have to look into that. Oh, I guess this was his Las Vegas house. I guess Plunder is back on the YouTube or on Facebook. But I know I was going to read these documents to you on one of our next lives. It's just the one where he was getting sued. But I guess this is where he lived in Vegas. Man, that looks old though, doesn't it? Like it looks like they didn't even paint the walls. Like there's like scuffs right there. I don't know. I'd be picky. And then there's his garage, which is nice. I mean, it's all this shelving. That's a lot of shelving in there. A lot of storage. Look, listen to me. Like I'm shopping for a house. I might be. And then this is his little kitchen. Cute. Those appliances almost look like mine. And then there's another picture. Oh, this is just a hole. Like you can put your TV or something in there. Like back in the day when you had one of them big TVs. I still like those tube TVs. If those were still available for sale, I'd buy me a tube TV. They last forever. Okay, I think that's all of it. Yeah. So this was his little humble abode. Now, I guess that's the kitchen too. I mean, that's a weird spot. Let me see where the kitchen was. I guess so. Okay. Oh, you guys weren't even watching this. All right. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't see the chat. I didn't see the chat. I'm so sorry, guys. I thought I had it up. I was just over here looking by myself. I was keeping it from you. I was keeping it from you guys. No, this was his house. So this was, I didn't even really recognize this picture. So this must have been where his bedroom was. You see, like, this is like a door right here that you could like a sliding kind of door. But there's nothing on this side to catch it to where you can lock it. Do you know what I mean? Like a lock or something? I don't know. That's kind of weird. But the paperwork I was going to read to you on another live, I was telling you guys that. It's just where he was sued. So this is where he was hiding out. Remember, the cops couldn't find him. I have all that paperwork. I have all the paperwork for the searches, or like when they were trying to send him, how much it cost to serve him, and it cost a lot. And it took a lot. Yeah, I was talking about this little hole here. This must be the dining room. This must be the living room. I don't know how I feel about the tile floors. Those would probably get cold. We have hardwood floors. They probably get cold. But I always have on shoes. Yeah, so this is where he was hiding out. This was his little Las Vegas spot. And sorry I couldn't show you earlier. I was just keeping it from you. That's all. I was going to be like, come back on the next live and I'll show you the pictures. I'm so sorry. I didn't know it wasn't up. That feels so bad. I was just flipping through them. No, I said Plunder must be back because this is from Plunder. But yeah, this is his little house. And there's the garage with the shelving, I said. Look, someone done hit their car on the wall right there. Pulling in. I wonder if it was him. Okay, that's all of them. But yeah, I guess that's where he was hiding. I should have said that. I should have been like, come back on the next live and I'll show you the pictures. That would be funny. That would be funny. It's freezing here, Ladybug. It's cold. I haven't been outside today at all. Because I'm like, nope, not for me, not for my eye, not for me. Because when I go outside when it's cold, like the cold air, it just like makes my eye dry up. It like freezes it. And then when you blink, it feels like there's glass. It's just an uncomfortable feeling. So I really need to wear like my glasses or sunglasses, which I usually wear sunglasses even if it's not that sunny, just for that reason, because it's a lot. Yeah, like winter finally came. Yeah, I'm inside. I'm inside for a while. Tomorrow I have no, y'all don't understand. I have so many doctor's appointments still. I still do. Like I have 2 tomorrow, 1 Wednesday, 1 Thursday, none on Friday. Next week I have like a couple each day or something. I'm like, what did I do to myself? Like this is just too much. Too much. Too many people. Too many people. But thank you guys for being here tonight. I'm gonna jump off here. I don't know where Vincent's at. I mean, I know where he's at, but I'm surprised he's not home yet because the dogs haven't gotten up, so I know he's not here. So actually, I did text him. Okay, there he is. So I said this last night, and I should do it. I should do it tonight, but I'll probably do it tomorrow. But I want to start going through my house and just like decluttering things. That's like everyone's thing for like 2026. Every time I'm on like TikTok or if I'm on YouTube Shorts, everybody is decluttering, and I'm like, we don't have a lot of clutter in this house because we just don't keep a lot of clutter. But I do keep a lot of like, I do have a lot of like stuff, I guess you'd say. And I need to like part with it because it's like stuff that I don't use or I don't need or I don't need or want, or you know what I mean? And like some of it's probably like I have makeup, it's probably expired. I need to look that up. Like I don't even know how to look it up to see if it's expired. We're gonna learn together because I'm gonna do it on the live. But I'm gonna start with like that bathroom in our master bathroom. Like that one isn't, I don't know, it's not, none of our bathrooms are bad. They have like little bins with everything in it. But I'm gonna go through that and then maybe something in the bedroom at the same time. Because Vincent will be working over here. So that's good, my grandma, that you get out every day. I usually try to get out every day, but like I'll walk the dogs or I'll do something. But Vincent's just been on it. And I was feeling really not good about myself this morning. I was feeling a little chunky this morning when I weighed myself. So I was like, I don't want to do anything now. But I do need to start working out again. I stopped for a while. But I do go to physical therapy this week. So that's what I do, my mama. I do this. I get all of these appointments and I put them on myself, and then I get overwhelmed. And then I'm like, uh-oh, because they all start firing stuff at me. Like this could be this could be, you know what I mean? And then I'm just like, I'm leaving. So I understand anybody that has to go to the doctor. It's crazy. But I did learn that my new doctors, if I need a ride up there, they do Uber. I can do Uber. That's a lot better than the transportation companies. So thank you guys for being here. I appreciate it. Let me know if you like this song better, like this music better, or if you like my other music better and the other intro. Let me know what you guys like in the comments, because a couple of people like, I don't know, only a few people have said they don't like the intro. And I'm just trying to make, everybody happy. But this one's kind of long, I feel like. So maybe we can just shorten it. But I'm going to turn the intro on, the new one. Or it's actually our old one that we had. I had for the whole time pretty much I was a YouTube creator. So we're going to put that one on with the music. And then you guys usually know my other music that I play. So if you guys weren't here in the beginning of the live, you'll be able to hear the music. So thank you for being here. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. We do talk true crime every night. Normally we stick to one certain case, but tonight we had a lot of cases we needed to go over. So thank you guys for being here. I really, truly appreciate you guys taking the time and coming over and hanging out and listening to the cases and getting updates. So I'll see you guys all later. Have a wonderful evening. Bye, guys.
Just like the street lights lit this town, like a fire in a blaze, gotta burn it down. Can't be afraid to leave this out. We got this far, don't know how.